What's cracking, everybody? This is Louie Listens, and I'm Louie, and I have my most amazing wife with me today. First time I brought my wife on camera with me. She's a really big reason I can say the intelligent and smart things that I do during the reactions. Let's introduce yourself, my baby. What's your credentials here?
Well, I have a master's degree in music education. And of course, before that, you got to get a bachelor's. So I also have a bachelor's in music ed and trumpet performance.
Been a choir director, a band director. You've taught elementary school. Yeah, all over the place. And I'd also like to introduce you to my new channel, linked below. That is Louis Listen's Powerhouse Voices, where we focus on some of the best voices in the world, and I think Pentatonix qualifies. So all the PTX reactions are moving over there. I don't know much about this song. I asked my wife to show me something new. Without further ado, this is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies by Pentatonix. Let's get into it. I miss Avi, man. There's so much already. There's so much already. One, I miss Avi so much. It's just, it's such a unique voice. Like, even among bass voices, like, I feel like I can pick him out.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference between Avi's days versus Matt's days. You can hear the difference in their singing, in their blending, in their well, a lot has to do with like how they changed their style over the years, but definitely Avi's like powerhouse voice, as you brought up earlier, is just it defines their early days.
Yeah. And one thing that I really appreciate is all the like da dums, the boss, bows, boot. Like when you're in choir or in a cappella groups, I hear it a lot. Just holding the melody with booms and das and dooms, and that digga digga dum. That like fun play with rhythm is really cool too. Um, it, is this a Christmas song? I always associate it with Christmas.
So it's part of the Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky. So
Right.
technically, yes, it is considered a Christmas song. And a lot of those bas and dums and digga digga duns that you're talking about isn't just rhythm because you have to separate your whole notes from your quarter notes to your eighth notes, and so that's a lot of the reasons they use um those different syllables. But also they're singing something that is normally played by an orchestra with
Mm-hmm.
strings, woodwinds, percussion, brass. And so they're also trying to show off all of that different instrumentation through just their voices.
Damn, I didn't know. I mean, like, I didn't think of it like that way. And you're like, yeah, they're emulating the instruments.
Right. And a lot of the panning also, you can see how they edit them to be from one side of the screen to the other side of the screen. And that's usually because in a musical ensemble, they're doing this type of conversation, call and response.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the woodwind plays a phrase, and then the brass would repeat that same phrase. And they're just kind of like shifting the melodies or
Uh,
shifting the rhythms. And so a lot of that is emulating what the conductor would see, basically.
huh. Yeah, I saw like we got a sneak peek of what's coming up in the video where they have this like as they make the noise, they pop up on screen and then pop away. The comments did tell me in the last video, that they had an editor. They had a sound editor, and that he's like a genius, and that's why the panning in the headphones is you can hear it from left to right, and they're so well produced that you can hear everything individually. So I guess they do have a really, really good sound guy in the back. That's so cool. Is that the moment?
That is the moment. I consider that probably one of Mitch Grassie's top moments.
Yeah, that note.
Flawlessly, too.
Yeah, was this old? Like, or is this relatively new? Like, do you think it was before the like?
I mean, there's Avi, so.
Oh, duh. It's just in the video they're doing the same audio video thing that they did in the Daft Punk cover with the like buy it burn and they'd like switch people as they went.
Right.
And then also that note reminded me of the same note in Can't Hold Us. Um, Mitch
Yeah.
has a high note. And
Yeah, I know
it's
exactly
very
what
similar.
you're talking about.
That's
So,
so good though. Like
another
the
thing,
ears. I love the emo look.
Yeah. Another thing is when they were doing the staccato notes, and then you had you trying to pull it off. You had the staccato notes, and then you had just Scott doing the legato. Da 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 da. Was a nice contrast between those short and separated, and then between those kind of like long and connected. And when they were building up to Mitch's high note, they started really soft. And then as each person came in, their dynamic raised like a level until when he had his note, he was full like fortissimo, which you need to be that to have that breast support for that note.
You putting a lot of vocal coaches to shame right now with what you're catching. You're amazing. I love it. And Kevin. We haven't blazed Kevin yet. And more. And Avi's killing it.
This is also a great highlight moment for him.
My cat gave me the weirdest look right now. Actually, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think that when Avi's not showcased, he's kind of slept on. Like, I know that was a very showcased moment for him, and he was just out in the spotlight. But there are moments that I listen to these guys and I can hear him, like, at the end of Imagine, there's this one note that he reaches that is higher up in his tessitura.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like nobody knows about it unless somebody points it out. So, like, he's kind of pretty slept on.
Yeah. I agree. Like, he's one of my favorite bass singers, and I listen to a lot of groups, and every group's got a bass. But as they said on the sing off, Avi's a real bass.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Uh Thank you for showing me this. I did not know what video to pick. This was a good choice. Really good pool.
I think it's a great pool because people are familiar with it. You know, you've heard the Nutcracker. And if you don't think you have, you've heard it in media or, some other form of Christmas festival ish. It's always playing. So people are familiar with this. And when they hear somebody doing something that they're familiar with, they're more in tune to it. And I think that's one of the reasons why they did that. They don't have a lot of classical
Mm-hmm.
or um I guess this would be a romantic era. They don't have a lot of that under their belt. So for them to come out with something like that people were to recognize, but also open their eyes into those doors of orchestral music, I think people really like that.
Yeah, they they really actually did draw me into like non-traditional music. Our cats are destroying. But yeah, that's a good place to end this one. Please follow me over to Louis Powerhouse Voices, where I'm about to learn about superfruit. As always, you have been amazing. Thank you so much, my baby.
Yeah.
I have been Louis, and I'll see you in the next one.